And hello, Internet. Welcome to Pungeon's Planeswalkers. As you may have noticed from the splash page, we're working our way into Curse of Strahd, and we're very excited about it. Well, I'm very excited about it because I have plans. so, with playing with me tonight, our usual gritty gnome ranger is not available, so best wishes for a swift recovery from your snotty nose there, health pack. uh, do what your name says, get healthy. And but we have other people who are also awesome and here to play with us, starting with Petra.
Hi, I'm Ceramic Owlbear, and I play Petra, who is a knowledge cleric.
And Maladrak.
Hello, my name is Dix. I play Maladrak, our Eric Coker Paladin. You can find me at Just the Dix on Twitter. I'm also part of the Swordcast Adventures and the new podcast called Help Action.
And Raphael.
Howdy, I'm Sean, and I'm playing Raphael. I'm a trickery cleric for the Lady of Luck.
And before Raphael was not here last week, so he doesn't have to jump in on this, but we are going to do our standard recap roll for the beginning of the evening. So it's just Petra and Dix, and I will roll on behalf of.
Ha! I did the
no.
last two. I'm good.
Oh wow!
Whoa!
All right.
Snap!
Oh,
There we go.
That's funny for both of us.
Good for you. Well, I'm doing the recap then, which is it's probably important that I know what's going on. So last week, the characters had finished up with Nana Jolie. They had chased her down into the underground river that was associated with, or just under her cabin in the jungle. The two Korred that had chased her down were not able to catch her because the water weird was pushing her boat and it was managing to just skiff along the underground river, disappearing. The Korred came up, thanked everybody, and made their goodbyes, melding into stone and disappearing into the cavern itself. At which point, Tur poofed back into the world, and she came back with a horrid story of when her planeswalker's abilities had kicked in to protect her from, or in response to her emotions, she had bamfed out into this vast gray plane. It was gray up, down, left, right, everywhere. And she saw in the distance floating sigils. And then a large circular, like, black hole with two white fangs started floating towards her with the words, interesting. And then, no, you shall not escape me, which she relayed to the party as terrifying. So when she when she returned to the prime material plane and returning with the party, she started relaying all this information back to her, and the underground cavern slowly started filling with a thick, heavy mist, driving the group back up into the cabin, and then further up, and then they noticed that the mist was coming in from around the jungle as well, and slowly encroaching on the cabin, driving them into the bedroom, and then the fireplace went out, driving them into what they thought was possibly the safest place there, a magically enchanted wardrobe. So they ended up taking a long rest inside the wardrobe. Long rest for Raphael if you didn't do it already. And when they finished their long rest, Petra opened the doors with her Lightbringer sword in hand and just found the room filled with mist. As they slowly stepped out, Petra and Maladrak and Tur stepped out into the mist. The door rattled shut in Raphael's face, momentarily trapping him, as the rest of the group found themselves in the foyer of a beautifully kept, immaculately clean, and disturbingly empty mansion. Now, they've only been there for a few minutes, but in the time that they were there, they walked into the main room, explored some creepy carvings that decorate the wall panels, depicting skulls, wolves, scorpions, bats assaulting young people in what initially looked like something festive and frolicky. On closer inspection was actually horrifying. They moved up to the second floor, where they heard children laughing. and immediately upon reaching the second floor, they were attacked by 4 suits of armor. Having just defeated that, there is a rattling of a closet door. Raphael, sitting in this closet, this wardrobe, you stepped out of the extra-dimensional space that was adhered to the back of the wardrobe. You're standing on the wood of the wardrobe itself. The door had just closed in your face just moments before, and it stuck for a little bit, causing you to give it a good couple pushes. Give me a perception check.
Right.
$16. Okay. As you're pushing and rattling on this, you hear like a almost like a little bit of a paper tearing sound from behind you, and you look over the shoulder and see that one edge of this circular opening to the wardrobe has peeled down ever so slightly from the back of the wardrobe. The blackness that was the entrance is like folded over and like is hanging there like just a little loose piece of velvet. And as you like turn over that, holding the door, you hear a little click, and the doors release in front of you to the wardrobe. What are you doing?
Kick him open. Oh, look around.
All right, you kick open the doors. Back in the house, the doors between the two shattered knights kick open, and there's like a wave of mist that rolls forward, splashes against the floor, and rolls out into the rest of the room, revealing your friend, Raphael Fuchsia. And just behind him, there is a large library.
Whoa,
Raphael, you
guys!
You step out, and it's the people.
Oh, okay, good. I thought I was by myself. Where are we at?
How'd you get in there?
Beats me. Dust all on my feathers, though.
As the mist rolls forward and hits Tur, she looks down, looks at everyone, and goes, "Oh, fuck," and disappears.
Not again.
Oh, I didn't do that. It wasn't me.
Are you sure? Can I insight check that?
Yep. And give me a perception check, Petra, please.
22.
Nice.
He's speaking the truth, but
All right. I
you've never
figured.
seen them both in the same place at the same time.
Exactly.
For very long. Petra.
I rolled an 8 for perception.
Okay,
yeah.
so Petra, you were just looking at Raphael, and so you only heard, you heard Tur make a noise, and when you looked over at her, you saw the little flash of light, but there was almost like a static in the middle of it, and that's all.
Well,
Friend doesn't ever want to stay around.
What's going on in that room that you were in?
As far as I'm aware, it was a closet. But the back on it started to rip.
As you
And he turns around, sees the library, and goes.
So you look behind you, and what you see are red velvet drapes covering windows of a large room, 20 feet by 20 feet. An exquisite mahogany desk and matching high-back chair face the entrance and the fireplace, above which hangs a framed picture of a windmill perched atop a rocky crag. Situated in the corners of the room are 2 overstuffed chairs. Floor-to-ceiling bookshelves line the south wall. A rolling wooden ladder allows one to reach the higher shelves. The room itself is about 15 feet high, and this is not the closet that you stepped out of.
I push past him and I walk into it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the room is as described and visible. You notice that the room curves in around what you know to be the closet from the servant's room, and then on the other side of the room there is also a curving in area, or a curved in area. So
Wonder what kind of books are in here.
it's symmetrical. Um, there, when you start going into the room and taking a look, give me a investigation check for anyone that's looking through books. Petra,
Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
so Raphael's looking at books. Petra,
Crit fail.
I expect you to be looking at books.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And
Maladrak's just
The
confused
clerics.
by the entire situation.
just Maladrak's just standing in the room, like squinting suspiciously at walls.
At everything, at the desk,
Yeah.
the drapes.
The desk that Maladrak's standing and looking at, it's got an oil lamp, a jar of ink, a quill pen, a tinderbox, and a letter kit containing letter kit stuff like wax candles, and even a wooden seal. That's what you find.
Can I pick up the seal?
Yeah, it's got the little windmill on it again.
Okay.
Now the
Have we seen a windmill
bookshelves,
before?
it's on everything you've seen so far. The stained
okay.
glass window of the foyer, the sword hilt down in the main lobby, and the picture above the fireplace of this room.
I'm
Now,
sensing a pattern.
the books themselves are fairly well arranged. They're definitely not display books. It's not like the some elvish libraries and some human libraries that are trying to come off as elvish libraries, where they've arranged the book by size and color rather than content. These are tomes covering things like history, warfare, and Petra, you find one on alchemy.
Yes.
The ones that Raphael is looking through, you find several collected works of poetry and fiction. Just odd names like The Dusk That Comes, Shadows in the Evening, The Mists. It's all, as you start looking through, like thematically, it's creepy is just the easiest way to say it.
I would like to
Do we
stash
recognize
the
any of these
insignia
cards?
seal.
Okay. Give me a quick sleight of hand if you're trying to stash it without anyone noticing.
Nope, I just
It's mine.
put it in a pocket.
Mine.
Yep.
Again, the
Fine.
room itself, perfectly clean. The bookshelves look recently dusted. Even the covers on the books are well oiled. So like these are really well taken care of. No cracked spines or anything like that. Petra, as you are searching through the books, Raphael, as you are searching through the books, you discover one of the bookcases has a book that tilts. And when you tilt it, there's a little click. And following the little click, you see the bookshelf itself, right along one seam, slides ever so slightly forward. Looking down on the floor, you can see that there is a slight grit track that shows the path that this might swing across on.
Huh, would you look at that? Hey guys, I think I found something.
What is it?
Petra, does that look like it pushes maybe in a little more to you?
It is a secret door.
Hey, Maladrak, can you push on this a little bit?
Yeah, I'll walk up and push it open.
All right, it's narrow back in the bookcases as they are sort of together, so there's not a lot of room for everybody. So as Raphael steps back and Maladrak moves forward, you push and click, and you can slide the bookshelf itself back up to cover the window. And looking inside, you found this secret room. There are more bookshelves packed with tomes.
I just like step back and I like motion for Petra to walk in.
Yeah. There is also a heavy wooden chest with clawed iron feet standing against the south wall, its lid half closed. Sticking out of the chest is a skeleton in leather armor.
Lovely.
Maybe I put my hand out to stop her from going in.
Yeah. I would like to take a few minutes. I'm saying this to all of you guys. I'd like to take a few minutes so I can detect magic in this space. I
Be
want
my
to know if
guest.
it's safe going in.